Hi everybody, I'm Caitlin Classing and I'm back to give you the fourth vlog for Dark Magic Sea, owned and bred by Lori Cameron. And just to give you a quick recap, Jelly was started under saddle by us here at Classing Equestrian in the spring around March. And in our last update, we talked you through starting to work her on the flat in a bit of contact and starting her over fences. So this update, I'm going to talk you through sort of increasing our expectations over fences and introducing some cross country, as well as what we're looking forward to for the rest of the fall. So in the flat work, Jelly has really developed a lot of strength over the past 60 days. In our last update, we talked about starting to work her on the rider's aids in between leg and hand into the contact. And here you can see that Dan's able to work her in more of what we would call a competition frame. She does still have moments of getting a little bit inconsistent in the contact and looking to the hand for balance, but you can see Dan's hands stay right there at her neck. Don't come back to pull her nose in, but instead he keeps closing his leg and pushing her out to the contact until she really understands that she's responsible for carrying herself. And then in the jumping, we're starting to introduce a little bit of grid work, a couple jumps in a row, just to get her thinking about where her feet are and using all of her ability. So that was day one of kind of introducing a little one stride. And then you can see here, we're repeating that the next jump school and adding a little bit more to it. So we put a little oxer there, just to, nothing that's testing her scope at this point, but just to get her thinking about the jumps, jumping something a little bit different, but introducing it slowly. So to start with, it's just 2 cross rails in the row, and then you can see as she goes how her footwork really continues to improve, and she starts to understand how her body works. And then here again, we're introducing the fillers, and we do that with the trot pole, and it doesn't, it's not a hard and fast rule that we always do that for all the young horses, but for Jelly, when she's not sure of something, she will leave out a stride or jump a little bit bigger. Which we like. We don't want to take that instinct away from her to jump bigger when she's not sure, but we also don't want her to scare herself. So the trot pole is there just to make sure that she knows that she's meant to go to the base, and even though there's the filler there and she's a little unsure, you saw her sort of over jump and twist a little bit that time, but now you can see her come through, and she's still jumping big over the jump, but she's getting right to the base. And now we're starting to introduce a little bit of cross country. So you can see there, it's just literally just little railroad ties on the ground. And you can see that as she goes down to the second one, she questions it. And the most important thing, and why we start with the jumps so small, the cross country jump so small, is that she understands that Dan's putting his leg on, and that means the same thing out here than it does in the ring, which means give me energy, and that energy has to go forward over the jump. And then you can see she grows in confidence coming back the second time and is starting to really understand, okay, the rules are the same no matter where we are. And then you can actually see, I'm on a horse here, so you can see his ears popping up. So we did use a lead for Jelly to start her in the cross-country field. And again, that's not always a hard and fast rule, but Jelly is a mare that definitely gains confidence by having another horse. Even if it's not as a lead, just around, she seems to like having that little bit of reassurance. So we use the lead to introduce her to the water, and we are lucky to have cross country here on the property. So you saw our water jump was a little bit low, and we were able to just walk her through it with not a lot of water in it. And again, there's a little bank. She's walking up and down that. And for the rest of the fall, we don't plan to get her to any young event horse qualifiers for no other reason than she got a bit of a later start, but we are planning on giving her some positive outings that she can build on, and we look forward to keeping you all posted on her progress.